Hello everyone, welcome to Edu Yourself. In this video, we are going to see an overview of a Scrum workflow and a Kanban workflow in JIRA. And we will be covering even the navigation of how we can navigate to a workflow in a project. Either it might be a Scrum project or it might be a Kanban project, and we will be seeing the basic difference between how a workflow will be created when we choose a Scrum template or when we create a project using the Kanban template. Without spending much time on the PPT, let's navigate to the JIRA Cloud instance. And just to let you know, we have seen in the previous video, right, what is the basic definition of a workflow in JIRA. The terminology. We clearly understand that there will be statuses and transitions on the workflow, and also we have seen the user perspective. Once the issue has been created, how the user will open the issue and how he can make an use of the JIRA workflow that has been assigned to one particular issue type. Alright, now in this video we are going to see two different overviews. How a workflow can be looked in a Scrum project and how a workflow can be linked or viewed in the Kanban project. Now I want to open two different tabs and I want to navigate to the JIRA homepage. And in the first tab, I want to quickly navigate to the Scrum project. And just a quick information, the Scrum project has been created based upon the Scrum template. Alright, and in the second tab, I want to open the Kanban project, and the Kanban project has been created based upon the Kanban template. And just in case if you're not really sure on how to create a project in JIRA, I recommend you to go back to one of the video that says how to create a project in JIRA by Edu Yourself. So that would be really helpful on how to create a Scrum project or how to create a project using Kanban template. Alright, no matter in which project that we are in, how we can navigate to the workflows page, how we can see which issue type is using which workflow. Alright, in the project, if I scroll down a little bit, I can see the project settings button. Just a quick tip here, only the people with the project admin permission they will be able to see the project settings button. Mostly the JIRA admins and the project admins will be able to see the project settings button. Not the people or the users that works in the project. They will not be able to see the project settings button, because inside the project settings we can clearly see the configuration of the project. It might be issue types, it might be screens, it might be even a workflows. Alright, now let's click on the project settings. And in the project settings, we are in the Scrum project, right? I clearly see one of the option called workflows. By clicking on it, I will be able to see this particular page. Now in this video, even we understand the basic overview of how the workflow page looks like in a JIRA project. So on the very top, I can clearly see there is a workflow scheme. So this is common for every project. We can call it as a workflow scheme, and the total is called as the name of the workflow scheme. Since the project is called Scrum project, the project key is going to be SP, right? So the project key colon, and it's going to be software simplified workflow. So we can call SP software simplified workflow scheme. In the same way, before even understanding the whole page, I quickly would like to even navigate to the Kanban template project, and let's see how the navigation is and how the page overview looks like. In the second tab, we are in the Kanban project. The navigation is exactly similar to any project in JIRA. All we have to navigate is to the project settings, and in the left side we have to choose the workflows column or the section. When I click on it, it brings me to a page where I can see a workflow scheme. So the name of the workflow scheme is going to be this, which means for the Kanban project, the project key is KP colon, right? And it is going to be a software simplified workflow scheme. So what we have understand in step number 1, for each and every project that has been created in JIRA, there will be a workflow scheme. even for the Kanban project or even for the Kanban Scrum project. And under this particular workflow scheme, there will be the workflow configuration. As we can see, under SP Software Simplified Workflow Scheme, the configuration is for all the issue types in the Scrum project. There is a default workflow given by JIRA, which is called Software Simplified Workflow for Project SP for the Scrum project. The same thing applicable even for the Kanban project. Under the Kanban project Software Simplified Workflow Scheme, there is a configuration for all the issue types: story, bug, epic, task, and subtask. There is a default workflow given, Software Simplified Workflow for Project Kanban project, KP, the project key. Now we basically understand, right? When we create an issue using the issue type bug, when we create an issue using the issue type task, whatever the workflow that has been connected in the project configuration will be applicable. So now in this video, I quickly would like to open the workflows that belongs to Kanban project and Scrum project. One by one, let's navigate to the Scrum project. As I can clearly see, there is a diagram mode and a text mode. Diagram mode will always be easy to understand the workflow in JIRA. So let me click on the diagram mode. Alright, whenever we create a project in JIRA using the Scrum template, I can see the same workflow for all the Scrum template projects in JIRA. Whenever the issue gets created, it will be in to do. And from to do, the user will be able to move either to in progress or to done, because there is an all transition on all the statuses, right? And just in case if you get confused about the terminology, I would recommend you to go back to the previous video where we can see the definition of the workflow and where we can see the user perspective on how the user will be work on an issue when it comes to workflow. That would clearly make you understanding. And in this video, we clearly understand for the Scrum project, the default statuses are to do, done, and in progress. The user will freely able to move the transitions between all the three statuses, since there is a global all transition on all the three statuses given by JIRA. Alright, now coming to the Kanban project template. When we are talking about the workflow, I would like to click on the diagram mode. Alright, I can see a slightly different status names, right? The in progress is same, done is same, but instead of to do status, we can see two different new statuses. One is backlog, one is selected for development. And JIRA has designed in a way the default workflow is little bit different between Scrum and Kanban. The reason? We clearly know, right? For the Scrum project, there will be backlog, there will be active sprint, because whenever we create an issue in the Scrum project, by default the issue will store in the backlog page. We have seen in one of the previous video, right? So from the backlog, the people will be moving it to the active sprint, where in the active sprint we can see to do, in progress, and done. The people will be working on the active sprint board, the Scrum board. But when it comes to Kanban, since there is no backlog enabled when we create a Kanban project, whenever we create an issue in the Kanban project, automatically the issue will store in the very first column of the Kanban board. And we clearly know the very first column of the Kanban board is backlog. So from the very first board, whatever the issues that are being assigned to the users, they will be moved to the selected for development, and then whenever the user starts to work on it, he will be in parallel moving it to in progress and done. That is the reason we do have two different various workflows in JIRA, for Scrum project and for the Kanban project. And I clearly explained what are the different statuses that we have when it comes to Scrum project and Kanban project. And I will be talking much more about the workflows in the upcoming sessions, like how to create a custom workflow in JIRA. Now imagine in the Scrum project or any Kanban project or any other project, whenever we create a project in JIRA, it will give the default workflow, right, where we can move the issues or the statuses freely between the statuses. But there should be a scenario where the user should not be able to move the issue directly from to do to done. He definitely needs to move only to in progress, and after in progress the user should only be able to move the issue to done. So how, as a JIRA admin, that we are going to create a new workflow? And what if we create a new workflow, how are we going to associate to a project or maybe to an issue type? So in next video we are going to see in depth on how to create a workflow from the very scratch, and we will be seeing how to connect the workflow either to the issue type and to the project. So that would be going to be the next sessions, and many more videos are going to come in the workflow topics, so do not miss it. And maybe if you feel these videos are very helpful to you, please like the video, and also please share the videos to your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to Ed Yourself for many more good videos. I'll see you all in the upcoming sessions or videos. Thank you.